I promise I'm not being a prisoner of the moment here, but I honestly don't remember there being this time last year in training camp being any hype in regards to Ed Donatell's defense. And if there was any hype, it's not to the level that it is right now with Brian Flores. You're hearing about guys like Mekhi Blackmon, Khyiris Tonga, Josh Metellus. This is shaping up to be an opportunistic defense. Total defense, they're going to struggle. They're going to give up yards. But if I think we're going to be in a situation to where at least the defense can make timely plays, much like maybe the 2009 Saints that year. Terrible defensively, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe they were number one overall in forcing turnovers. This defense, they're going to at least be fun to watch, opposed to what we saw last year, just letting the opposing offense do whatever the hell it is that they want to do. I talked about this in the last video. Brian Flores, we don't care about your draft status, where you got selected. If you were drafted in the first round, say Lewis Cine last year in 2022, that doesn't necessarily give you a leg up over everybody else. You have to prove yourself. The opposite is true in regards to Ivan Pace Jr. specifically. We don't care that you went undrafted. In fact, it's crazy to think that that's what actually happened. I thought for sure he would get selected anywhere between the 4th and 5th rounds out of Cincinnati. But he's seizing his opportunities. He's turning heads in training camp. We have no choice but to notice you. Flying all over the field, shooting the gaps, getting sacks. And recently, he went from playing with the second team defense to now with the first team. Normally, when a player jumps the ladder like that, it's natural to think, okay, maybe they're going for a starting job. They have a chance at one of the starting positions on that side of the ball. Inside linebacker, I don't think that's going to be the case for Ivan Pace Jr. That's going to be Jordan Hicks and Brian Asamoah. But where it does hold significance playing with the first team defense in training camp is, dude, you are making so many plays that we want you to be with the first team defense. We want you to get used to playing with guys like Harrison Phillips or Harrison Smith or Byron Murphy Jr. We want you to be used to playing out there with these players because you are going to get significant snaps. He's a specialist. Obvious passing downs, third and long situations to where he can just go after the quarterback, rush the passer. That's where the gap between where he is right now and being an every down linebacker, he needs to improve in pass coverage. Once he does that, the idea of Ivan Pace Jr. and Brian Asamoah at their best, once they're fully developed, this is the best version of who they are. That's going to be a sexy inside linebacker duo right there. But until then, the Brian Flores defense, the specialist kings, as far as what I'm expecting, is going to be Ivan Pace Jr., Josh Metellus, and Jay Ward. There are going to be multiple pieces, moving parts on this Brian Flores defense. Offensively, from all the reports that I'm seeing, this should be year one of the Kevin O'Connell system, trying to figure things out on the fly. They were a top 10 offense. Good for them. But from all the reports that I'm seeing as far as the rapport between Cousins, and we know the connection that he has with Justin Jefferson, year 4 together, the connection that he has with KJ Osborne, TJ Hawkinson, you know what he's about. The last couple of practices, he's been working on the sidelines, but also the rapport that Cousins has with our first round pick this year, Jordan Addison. They were top 10 last year. This should be at the minimum top 5 offense. They could be top 3 after Kansas City and Buffalo. It could be Minnesota right after that. Maybe even better than Cincinnati. They're going to be that damn good. It doesn't matter whether the opposing defense, whether they play zone or man coverage. You're going to have mismatches every single snap, provided that the offensive line holds up and Kirk Cousins can find those targets. Zone defense, these receiving weapons that you have, they're going to find the soft spots. Man coverage, good luck. You're going to get left in the dust with all their route running capabilities. This offense is going to be legit. As long as the defense can be opportunistic and make plays, even worst case, let's say they improve 0 from 2022, the Vikings defense. This offense, they are just simply going to outscore any and every damn body that they play. They're going to be very exciting to watch. This week starts preseason for your Minnesota Vikings. Number one thing that I'm looking for, no injuries. Tristan Jackson, he already went down. James Lynch, he's out for the year. Andrew Booth Jr., he's already dinged up. No Moss. We don't want to see any more. In fact, I want to see for this preseason almost, except maybe the last game, almost no starters playing except for the guards. That's Ezra Cleveland and Ed Ingram. Ezra Cleveland could make the argument, well, I'm going into year 4. Okay, yeah, so tenure is the reason why you should sit your ass on the sidelines? No, you were terrible last year. You need to prove your worth, especially if the Vikings, if they do end up signing Dalton Risner, that's going to be an added bonus right there. But the guards need to play. On the defensive line, everybody not named Harrison Phillips needs to get their ass out there and play some snaps, because that's going to be the biggest area of concern that I have. The Vikings' interior defensive line. The pass rush, Danielle Hunter, Patrick Jones, I'm not really worried about them. However, your opposite starter is going to be Marcus Davenport, so that's, who knows if he'll play or not, but for the most part, I don't want to see any starters except for in the trenches. Offensive line, only the guards, Garrett Bradbury, and the offensive tackles, you'll be just fine. Jaren Hall, I want to see some flashes from him. Is there something there? You need to start preparing ASAP for possible life after Kirk Cousins. Is there something there that Jaren Hall is showing to at least make you believe that worst case, we can go into next year and have some sort of quarterback competition between he and, let's say we draft someone, if you feel good enough about Jaren Hall, we draft someone in the 3rd round. Okay, fine. But if you see absolutely nothing, if you see a Kellen Mond 2.0, then it's like, all right, bro, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but if you're unable to take a quarterback early in the 1st round next year, then maybe you have to bring back Kirk Cousins again in 2024. And the last thing that I'm looking forward to seeing is the kicking competition between Greg Joseph and Jack Podlesny. This is almost like I don't want to say it's a remake of the kicking competition between Kai Forbath and Daniel Carlson. That should have never happened. And I understand that Daniel Carlson is one of the best kickers in the league now, but at the time, Kai Forbath making that 53-yarder in the divisional round, was it the divisional round? Yeah, the divisional round against the Saints before the Minneapolis Miracle. I'm like, that had to be the most clutch kick in the history of the Vikings franchise. And they said, yeah, we're going to have a kicking competition. That was ridiculous. You need a kicking competition right now, because Greg Joseph missing extra points, that's not going to fly this season. You can't let him get away with that. Furthermore, done talking Vikings now. For the subscribers out there, okay, so as we get closer to the regular season, content is going to get ramped up again, 5-6 days a week, something like that. An announcement, I guess I might as well just say it now, but we're going to live stream every regular season and playoff game. It's going to be a party. So it's funny because doing these video pods where I can just get my thoughts together and be calm and just try to sound like I have some sense of what it is that I'm talking about. During the games, if you have been watching the live streams that I've done in the past, I can't help myself. I turn into a kid all over again watching Vikings football. I can't contain myself. I get way too damn excited. But anyway, I need some moderators. during the live streams. If you're interested in being a moderator on this channel, go ahead and put it in the comment section and we'll figure it out. But I can't wait for this season to start, man. We're almost here. Vikings football. Preseason against the Seattle Seahawks this week is at 10 p.m. Eastern. That's a little bit annoying, but I can't wait to watch. I'm not going to be live streaming during at least the Seahawks game because that's going to be late as hell. Maybe the final 2 games of the preseason, we'll see. But anyway, the point is, if you're interested in being a moderator for this channel, let me know in the comments section.